My name is Funmilayo Ransome Kuti,
wife of the Right Reverend,
mother of Dulupo, Olikoye, Fela, and Bekolari.
I don't think you guys understand. Funmilayo Ransome Kuti is not just a movie. It's a full-blown experience. Hi Nollywood fans, and welcome back to our channel. If this is your first time joining us, my name is Christine from nollycritic, and we create content on everything and anything Nollywood. So if this is your kind of vibe, please do also subscribe to our channel, click on the notification bell so you get notified when we post our videos, like this video, comment your thoughts below, and of course share it. Today's video we're going to be reviewing the movie Funmilayo Ransome Kuti, a biopic. Let me just say that this movie initially came to cinemas in May, and now in June it's going to be streaming on Prime Videos. So let's get right into the review. From the very first scene of this film, it already sets the center stage for its central focus, which is the remarkable life of Funmilayo Ransome Kuti herself. And you know what they say about first impressions, it always leaves a lasting memory. So that alone already sparked so much interest in the viewers and the audience that they were catering to. Just like that, we immediately got immersed into the story of the iconic figure with the opening statement, "How did we get here?" Now, if you know anything about Bolanle Austen-Peters, you know that she's big on arts, she's big on theatre, and she's going to put in her all when it comes to producing her own or directing her own film. And that is exactly what she did here. This movie is one that no one has told, which makes it a very standard biopic, because even during the media rounds of this movie, you could see that it catered to everybody, both the younger and older audience, from school children coming to watch it to the older ones coming to see that, oh my god, this is actually what we've needed all these years.
Obviously, this is concerning the flat rate tax on the women, the water level.
The story of this film is literally in the name. It tells the biography of Funmilayo Ransome Kuti herself. And it doesn't just tell us how she's the first woman to drive a red car in Nigeria or how she became a Kuti or anything at all. It shows the nitty-gritties of all the other things that she did, being a Nigerian activist who passionately advocated and fought for women's rights in Abeokuta. You could see that she was always revoking and trying to stand against the patriarchy that was dominating them. The plot of this film basically starts off using flashbacks, and that is something I really like, because it's not everybody knows how to use flashback, but they were really very much intentional about it. Like, they used it when necessary, and it helped us to understand the story better, because at the beginning you could see the older Funmilayo on her bed, played by Joke Silva, and she was telling the story of how she was the first girl to go into the famous Abeokuta Grammar School. So I'm just thinking now, this woman has been breaking ground since even when she was a girl. The plot really delves into her career as a teacher, even also when she went off to school abroad, coming back to Nigeria, and of course trying to fight for the women's rights, who were obviously basically much oppressed by the Alake of Egbaland. And just like I said earlier, this movie is not just any random film, but it's a full-blown experience. It takes us on a journey, transports us into periodic areas using their captivating costumes, their vibrant visuals, and of course the authentic language that was used in this film. It then just fostered a shared connection, sparkling heartfelt laughter, and just a collective sense of inspiration to its viewers. And just as her life ended abruptly, we could also see the same thing reflecting in the movie. But other than being gloomy, it somehow stirred up a wave of inspiration, leaving hearts stirred, motivated, and longing for more. Now let's get into the technical aspects. Even a blind man could see that the visuals did no wrong in anybody's eyes. It was just a masterpiece, striking a balance between authenticity and beauty. You could also see that the cinematography tried to capture the essence of each scene, and they would always give you a very wide angle, the landscapes, just to show the scenery and just to ensure that you are put in the mood. So that for me was just a green flag. While this was not necessarily a documentary, they still imbibe the documentary style of storytelling, just to remind us that, okay, you're watching someone's life, so technically we're actually still documenting it. We're just making it more interesting for you. It was sort of a reminder to us that we're just basically passive people in her life and observing everything that was going on. And trust me when I say it was a good observance. Remember when I mentioned about them using flashbacks? They really did it well, because even the colors were used to indicate this, the past, the present. Obviously when you see there's a black and white, you know that, oh, they were going back in time to tell the story, and in the present they just used the normal colors for the film. At some point you'd probably be wondering, where are all the colors? But then again, that's when I say these people were so intentional. The attention to detail, it almost felt like the scenes were just gloomy and dull and all of that, but they're reminding you that you're in the 1900s and we can't be giving them pop of colors up and down. But it still gave us clear visuals. It still gave us what it was supposed to give, literally. Other things that I love that they paid attention to, aside the visuals, was the costumes. Jeez, the fact that they just did everything right is giving me goosebumps. Like, I'm just blown away. They had the whole, they had like their women's group and all of that. And one scene that just stood out for me was when they had their meeting, and it felt like a tea party because obviously they all had like their cute hats and everything, the suits they wore, everything. It was just how they dressed in those days. And even when it was time to revolt, when it was time to go to the Alake of the Egba land, when it was time to go to his palace, she would still dress in the actual Yoruba regalias. But when it was time to go to school, she would dress in like the English attires and everything. So it just really made me happy to see that these people went all out to source the costumes, ensure that the hairstyles are the period that they're talking about, the makeup as well, even the props that they used, the wavering sounds of the bikes, the location, everything was perfect, not gonna lie. And let's not even talk about the script. That script was outstanding. Tunde Babalola. That's what I'm gonna do. I have no words, because again, I'm emphasizing on the fact that when people put in the work, you're going to see the work. There was so much research done, you could tell. And let's get into the performances of the actors. I'm going to start off with the woman of the moment herself, Kehinde Bankole, who played Funmilayo Ransome Kuti in her youth. Woo. Then moving on to Joke Silva, who played the older Funmilayo Ransome Kuti, and Iyimide Ayo-Olumoko, who played the younger Funmilayo Ransome Kuti. 3 generations and they all aced it. I love it. The fact that these people are 3 different people in 3 generations, in so many other different scenes, and they still had that synchrony. They were so in sync that you would think that this was actually one person, but that's how believable they made us see this movie. It was so unique, and I love the fact that they chose the right actors and the actors really did depict their characters properly. And can we also talk about the chemistry between the younger Funmilayo Ransome Kuti and the young Israel? It just felt so natural and organic. It felt like they were actually in love. You just feel the emotions just from seeing it, and they didn't even have to do too much. Him just being there for his wife, him just being supportive and all of that. It was such a beautiful sight to behold. And as for the other people that were in this film, Omomi Dada, Aduni Ade, and even a cameo by Bolanle Austen-Peters herself, I don't think there's any of the actors that didn't come there, do what they were asked to do, and deliver properly. They all aced it, honestly. Finally, I'd just like to say that this movie is very commendable. I definitely recommend everybody that contributed in this movie, from the actors to the direction, the entire production team, the sound, the lighting. Everybody deserves a pat on the back.
Indeed, unlike The Woman King, which offers a fictionalized Western narrative with very similar historical roots, there's just this very unique, exhilarating feeling seeing Nigeria's very own Bolanle Austen-Peters directing this movie in her own way, very much unfiltered, very much precise, and very much unique. So I just like the fact that, again, she paid attention to detail and she got her facts right. Our final verdict is going to be the fact that, like I said earlier at the beginning of this review, this movie is not just a movie, it's not just any film, it's a full-blown experience. The fact that it took us on a journey and it just let the viewers in on everything that was going on. This movie did not just educate, it inspired, and it also entertained everybody that saw this movie. So for us, we would say we give it a 4/5, just because nobody's perfect. But yes, let us know in the comments, what do you think about the movie Funmilayo Ransome Kuti? Will you be seeing it now that we're showing on Prime Videos? Let us know also in the comment section, and tell us what movies you'd like us to review next. And until next time, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, click on the notification bell so you see when we post content like this. And of course, share this video to people who you think are going to thoroughly enjoy our content. My name is Christine, and see you in the next one. Bye!